Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod we have a weapon mod. This is a custom M1911. It's a, classic. It's a classic pistol, alright? I don't know if I need to go over it too much, but it is classic. This is a suppressed version. Obviously, see, just like the 10mm pistol in the base game, the fire rate's very fast. If you tap the trigger, you can get this thing to go pretty quick. This is the classic looking version, so it's black, right? But it does come in various camos. I'm not going to be able to show all of those off here, but you just find them off of looted for enemies. You can buy this weapon from vendors. This is what it sounds like loud, I guess. Sounds nice and meaty. If that's what you're into. Suppressed version, right? Doesn't really make a difference. Obviously, it's the .45 ammo, which is what it uses in real life. So this just makes a lot of sense that you put that kind of connection together. We got a nice little reflex sight on here, which is tiny, actually. Really tiny little reflex sight, which is one of the few sighting options on there. It's obviously on the suppressed version as well here that I have. But it does come in a variety of different camos. I just haven't collected all of them. But there's a couple of examples. They do, like I said, spawn on vendors and spawn on enemies. So you can find all different types of these pistols out there in the world. So let's take a look at the customization we can do for the weapon. Obviously, we just have forged receiver. That's it for now. The standard A1 barrel, the match barrel. The match barrel just has better range and sighted accuracy, I guess. It doesn't. Maybe it does, but it doesn't really show that as a statistic. Comfort grip. Standard grip. There's not much customization going on here. Standard 8-round mag or quick eject 8-round mag. Standard fiber optic sights. That's what this one just has. This one doesn't have any other options either, right? The .45 Osprey suppressor, a compensator, which is on the other one, or no muzzle, which gives you maximum range without that much value besides that otherwise. And then we could put standard trigger or match trigger. Match trigger says the fire rate 0, but it actually makes it way faster. And we'll show that off by putting the regular trigger on here. And then we take the sight off down there. Then we can do the standard sight. See, the sights is actually a separate thing, even though there's this standard fiber optic sight, but you can't actually make it any better here. You just leave that alone. And then you actually come down here to attachment, and then you put on a sight. Which is strange, right? But that's all there is, the customization of the weapon, which is an extreme levels amount. This is obviously our iron sights here, your default sights. Obviously, the suppressor kind of gets in the way of that. I mean, and as you see, this is as fast as I can fire the trigger without the match trigger. It's not like necessarily a whole ton slower. It's still a very powerful gun, right? I would imagine. But we'll quickly compare that back on itself too. I like the sights on this gun. It's not for everybody because it is very small, I would say. Where were we at? We wanted the match trigger back on. Crisp 2-stage trigger, better rate of fire. It's like, even though, like I said, it says 0, but technically, I think it's as fast. Right? If I really focus on just popping the trigger and not, I could. It will literally shoot as fast as I can shoot it. I'm not, because I'm not aiming right now. I'm just hitting the trigger as fast as I can, and it will shoot it. So like that is cool, and that's very unique looking aspect of the gun. But other than that, I mean, like I said, it does come in cosmetic variants. It's like the Desert Elite one here is obviously like a desert camo skin. I wonder, does this right here a match trigger on it? We can tell. Yeah, it does. You could tell that difference, right? That if you really get it cranking out, that's it. So like I said, find it on vendors, find it on enemies. It does spawn quite frequently. It can spawn on legendary variants, so if you kill a legendary enemy, they could have a legendary 1911, and then you could have like explosive. I've seen that. I've seen, like a 2-shot, whatever, legendary effect exists. It can spawn on this weapon, and it is quite common to see. Obviously, as you see here, not the most unique running animation. It's pretty much like a 10mm stuff. Not the most unique reload animation either. It just is a reload animation, I would say. It's not like, there's nothing too fancy about this gun. It has some cool cosmetic variants in terms, but like you can't change that on your gun. It's not like a skin. You have to like just find one that actually has the thing on there, which makes it rarer and harder to find. As well as there's only like this one sight, the one basic reflex sight, suppressed or not suppressed. I mean, most of the time you can fast mag or not fast mag, but still 8-round capacity. You can extend it. It does add to the game where, like I said, it's going to spawn fairly frequently. You're going to find less 10mm. You're going to find less, other types of pistol weapons, pipe pistols and stuff, because you're going to find more of these. The game spawns them quite frequently, I promise. I played around with this one a long time. So it just adds it to the game. It's a .45 pistol, which is unique because obviously I don't think that. I mean, there's a .45 revolver, the pipe revolver, but that doesn't really count as the same thing. Obviously, we're here for some combat to test the weapon out here. What do we want to kill? Let's go some ghouls. I just did cover this ghoul overhaul mod that I did. It's Fallout 3 and New Vegas ghouls. You should check that video out. But headshots on deck. We'll do a little bit of VAT shooting. I'll do a little bit of manual shooting. Right, I want to show off that fast fire. You can't really show that off in VATs. We'll try to do some third-person stuff and stuff so you get the idea of it. We're obviously banging it loud right now. Obviously, these are tanky enemies. They're charged feral ghouls. They're like the big bads, right? But as you see, with the fire rate, you can actually just spray them down pretty effectively if I can aim more than anything. I'm trying really hard to fire it fast and not worry about aiming too much. Get out of my face. As you see, old school style rules. Hello. Just get him in my face. Alright, let's do some third person shooting. I'm gonna, actually what I'll do, I'll wait for the invisibility effect. There we go. I'll equip the silent one, and I'll try to sneak around and get some sneak attack criticals with the silence on and headshots on deck. That was a sneak attack critical, but it wasn't. Oh my god. I'm really bad. I really don't like. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really like third person. Okay, but some people are really into it, and that's the only way they play. So I'm trying to show it off as an option, right? But I'm bad at it. That's why I don't like it. It actually makes my gameplay worse. Makes the games less fun. I'm an immersive guy. Like this, I care about the game being immersive. Is that everybody? There's got to be more. I didn't hear the little beep. Say the waves over. Hello. You're kind of right up in my face. Reload faster. But obviously, you guys want to see that the reload animation, all that stuff works. And it does. There we go, that's it. I mean, it's a cool pistol, but it's pretty bare bones and basic in terms of the type of stuff it can do. You know, so. But it's classic. There's plenty of 1911 mods out. Everybody just loves this pistol. And this one has some unique things to it, right? Like with the unique variants you can find and stuff. It does spawn fairly frequently, so at least you can find it all the time. But it is pretty bare bones in terms of the types of attachments and stuff you can put on it. If it still seems like you're something you guys are into, by all means, download it for yourself. You can check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page. You can download this mod for yourself there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate a like rating down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so that way you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever time it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.